aged adults and that live in the United States of America as legal residents of the United States of America, that send me the email to stayhigh@aliveagain420.com, and who also are one of the first 100 to subscribe to both my YouTube and my wEed channel. You will be notified via email, and in the future I will get your mailing information, because when I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark on both platforms, it has to be on both my YouTube and my wEed channel, but I know that's going to happen automatically because I'm asking you to do so on the YouTube channel and also on my wEed channel, and if you don't do it, then you don't qualify to be one of the first, first 100 will get the $20 gift cards. It might be not a lot, but I'm giving 100 away, and that adds up to like let me figure that out to see if I can even afford that. But you know what? I'm going to be able to afford it no matter what for a couple different reasons. But let me do the math first of all. 20 times 100. I think I better be 2,000. That's what I'm going to predict. And that's what it is. See, I can afford that no problem. I can afford that no problem. It's not going to be easy. And I'm going to have to make some sacrifices. But the sacrifice is going to be so worth it to me, because I think it's going to allow me to get 1,000 subscribers very quickly. And once I get 1,000 subscribers, then my YouTube channel becomes a little more serious. And once it becomes a little more serious, then maybe people will finally start hearing my story. And the quicker my story is heard and the quicker my story is known, the better chance I have of saving my house before it gets completely taken from me, completely stolen from me, and everything inside it, all my dreams, all my memories. I still have a lot of beautiful things in that house that have no value really to almost anyone else, like photo albums and antique furniture, stuff that I collected while in Greece or in Syria or in Beirut, or in Marrakesh or in Morocco or in Istanbul or in Athens, or wherever, or in Venice or in Rome or in Haifa, or in Bethlehem or in Jerusalem or in Amman, Jordan, or in Petra. And it's like I want to go, Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii 7 times. You see, I've had a great life. I've got to fly in a helicopter with Huey Lewis. I got to have dinner with Paula Abdul. I got to DJ Shaquille O'Neal's birthday party. I got to shake Muhammad Ali's hand and talk to him, speak to him for like 10 minutes. And I spoke a little Arabic with him because I speak some Arabic. And he understands enough, especially stuff from the Quran, because he believed in, he was, a converted Muslim from a fairly young age. And, it's like for me, I believe in all religion. If the religion you believe in is legit and you believe that it's going to give you power or hope or faith or something, then you should be entitled for that, to have that in your life. I personally believe that all gods are real and that all religions should be allowed to exist, but I believe at the same time that all of them have it a little wrong. It's like none of the religions are getting God quite exactly right. God is all the things that all the religions paint God to be, except he's that times a zillion, and he's all the good things that religions refer to him as, him/it/the power of God/the universe. And see, the universe is God, and the molecules that make up the universe are what makes God so powerful and what connects everything and every being. And we are all part of God's energy, and we are all molecules that make up God. Whether you're a cat or a dog or a human, whether you're black or white, whether you're gay or straight or bi or trans or queer or asexual or non-sexual or a virgin, or not, you shouldn't even be thinking or talking about sex because you're still only 14 or 15 or younger, or you're 80 years old and you've never had sex because you've had a hard life, or you're 33 and you've been a slut, but you luckily never got a disease because you were a careful slut, or you're a reckless slut or whore, or whatever you are. It's like we are all people, and we all deserve a chance to be treated equally, and we all deserve a chance, to repent and fix ourselves and be allowed to be fixed. But we live in a world that's so competitive and so pointlessly competitive that we're bound to fail because not a lot of people are working together. And within a job, on a project, if you're on the same team, then you're kind of supposed to work together. But even in those cases, in those scenarios, a lot of time, it's like people are competing on that level to try to do the best work possible. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with trying to do the best work possible. That's something you should automatically do just because that's your nature, and you want to put your best foot forward, and you want to present your best project because you take pride in yourself, and you take pride in your work, and you want to make the world a better place. And I used to think that way and feel that way, and I still feel that way. I just haven't been able to live that way for close to 15 years. I'd say the first year or so after I started getting screwed by that manufactured home park, I was still able to fake my way through a lot of things, but then the more pieces that got taken away from me and the more bad energy that was put into my life, the harder and harder it got, and more broken I got. And the more broken I got, the harder it was for me to fix any of my already broken problems, even though I kept coming after them to fix the problems that they were legally obligated to, but they wouldn't. And it's just bam, 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 bam. And now for the last year and a half, they've been denying that I've sent them emails when I did. They've been denying that they did any of the things incorrectly or wrong that they were supposed to do. But luckily, I have a couple of witnesses, including neighbors, including friends, including roommates, including my fiance, including mathematics and science, including a witness testimony about my character as a human being and the way I've always treated my brother, from people that have known me and my brother and I, however you want to say it, but have known the two of us for decades. That would be shocked to know that my brother has been taken out of my life against my will, against my wish, against my brother's will and wish, against our want, and for the worst wrong reasons, especially considering that these are reasons that were caused by the company that ultimately and essentially evicted my brother. And it wasn't supposed to be forever, it wasn't supposed to be permanent, but later on they turned it into that. So they keep switching and changing their stories, and that's just part of the inconsistent, inept, fucked up, negligent, mind-fuck game that they've been playing with me for years, and with probably other residents. And one of my neighbors, Kevin, he's probably not a neighbor any longer, but I know exactly which home he lived in, and I'm sure the courts can get his information and contact him. I absolutely want him to be a witness at my trial because he has a couple important things to say about other crap he's witnessed. Other mistreatments for other families and other people, and he even warned me about the park owners / company not knowing what they were doing, and he also witnessed the manager Bill peeping in on him on 2, maybe 3 occasions where I told him the same thing about my fiance and I. I witnessed it twice, Bill peeping in on us in our master bedroom in an area where there's no reason for him to even be way back that far on the back of our house. Absolutely no reason. And then especially to be looking directly into our master bedroom window. And one of the times, and Julie and I were sitting there, that's the third time, the time she saw it, and I pointed to her, I tapped her knee while we were playing like some Sorry. We were playing some board games, and we'd sit on the floor in there sometimes because we'd like to be on the ground level with Java, Jack, and Jet, because we didn't want our dogs to feel left out while we're up on the table, playing Monopoly or something. Of course, Monopoly would typically have to be something we'd play on the table, but games like Sorry and Pente or Mastermind, because there's not a whole lot of there's not a lot of paper money to fly around, and there's not a whole lot of pieces. We were able to sit on the floor, of our master bedroom, and play games while our dogs would just hang out with us, and then the next thing that, of course, hang on. But while playing Sorry, it's like I saw in the reflection of a little mirror that I had on the back wall, with the window behind me, the window that the manager's out there looking in down on me and my fiance playing Sorry. and our 3 dogs were just hanging out with us, and the dogs didn't know, and my fiance didn't know, and I didn't know, except I saw the reflection of something moving in that mirror, and I looked at it for like a second or two, and I saw that it was that Bill dude, with this kind of semi-shaved head and this creepy kind of just biker attitude, kind of a creepy redneck, kind of biker thug attitude kind of dude. And it's like he's the dude that referred to me as a sand blanker, the N-word, or racial slur against Middle Eastern people, and it's just a horrible word. And then to call African Americans that word is even worse, but it's like, I'm shocked, the racists would be in California at all in the first place. I know some states have racial problems, but I thought California was like 100%. And that's a dream, and that's a fantasy, and I'm not that stupid. But I still thought that, generally speaking, that California was super, super, super cool, and that the chance of running into a racist be like 1 in 100 at the most, and hopefully like 1 in 1,000. But there's probably more racists than 1 in 1,000. I wish there was only one racist out of 1,000 people. And maybe, hopefully, maybe it is only that high, but that's still too high. It's like there should be one racist out of 1 million people is still too much. But if we could get it down to only one racist out of every 1 million Americans, what would that mean? Like there'd be like 350 racists in America. 350 racists in a country as large as America. I think those racists wouldn't stay racists much longer. They'd eventually realize, holy shit, man. It's like nobody likes us. We are shunned by society. We don't fit in. It's time for us to adapt. It's time for us to learn. And I believe that can happen. And I believe if I just keep talking about these dreams that I'm having, this positive energy, which I will try to share in the good dimension of Alive Again 420. But I believe that the more I do that, the better chances there are of me being able to maybe get through to some people, and then maybe even start like a cult of cool, a cannabis cult, where there'll be nothing weird going on. And that's because cannabis will be the magic medicine that makes us all heal and feel groovy and be happy and just be charitable to society and to friends and to family and to neighbors in need, and to figure out ways to improve society, and I have so many ways already in mind, and I figure the more people I can inform about my ideas, my simple ideas, to make this a better country and to heal this country, and which ultimately will heal the whole planet and heal the whole world. Because when people see how cool America has become by doing some very simple things that are so easy to do, and there will be resistance at first on a lot of the things that I'm thinking of. There will be resistance, and you'll not be forced to do these things for the first year, and you might never be forced. But if we just start making it so, that meat isn't being made as much, and if we convince farmers that raise cattle, dudes, you can make way more money if you use your land to grow this plant-based product, and you're going to make twice as much money as you've ever made before with half the work. And of course that might be a fantasy situation or picture that I just painted, but we'll make it kind of happen close to that. Or let's just say, you know what, you're going to make about the same amount of money that you've always been making during a good year, except you'll never have a bad year, and your work will be a lot simpler and a lot easier, and you won't be killing the planet by slaughtering all these cows, just not, every day slaughtering thousands of them a day, if probably more. And it's like, you'll be saving the planet, you'll be saving people's health, and we will just encourage more and more and more people to eat plant-based proteins and to go vegetarian at first, and then eventually go vegan. And it might take 20 years for the change to be completely take effect. But new generations can learn from the things that we talk about and the things that we start to do. And, it's a bold claim to make, and it sounds like it might never be possible. But I'm telling you, if we just start doing it exactly the way I'm saying it, within 20 years, we'll have a different world and a different mindset, and the future generations will understand that they want to be healthy and they want to live to be 120, and that the planet will be amazingly beautiful in 100 years from now if we start taking good care of it by stopping the killing of animals and the growing of plants to have that as our food source, and stop pillaging and raping the oceans, and stop doing any pesticides for growing anything. Everything goes organic, everything goes non-GMO immediately. And medicines will only exist when they have to, for people that actually truly need them. And there won't be any more bullshit pharmaceutical crap going on. And cannabis will become way more researched. And all countries across the world, from Israel to Switzerland to Germany, to anyone that knows anything about cannabis, will have to share all their data with the world. And the world will have to unite, and we'll have to work together on that. And we'll also have to work together on working together for every aspect of this planet's health, from solar and other forms of renewable energy to the to going vegetarian / vegan as soon as possible, to understanding that Greta Thunberg is right, and you know what, maybe I have the solution. It's like, that's the thing. No one has a solution. At least I haven't heard solutions. But I've got the solution. It's just way too complicated for me to explain. I just want to let you know that a lot of it has to do with the oligarchs giving up 25%, of their future wealth forever. But in doing so, the planet will heal quickly. Within just less than a generation's time, this planet will heal quickly, because that money will be used to heal the planet, and to heal society, and to heal everything about the planet, and to make everything way less competitive, and to follow the Andrew Yang model of everybody gets $1,000 a month automatically, when they reach a certain age. Maybe it'll be 18, maybe that'll be the age. Maybe 21. It'll have to be figured out. And then if you're injured, or physically disabled, or mentally challenged, or whatever, you're unable to work, well, you still get the 1,000, of course, but you'll also get a few other perks, medically speaking, and maybe as far as where you live, because I want the future homes of, for people that don't have a lot of money. I want them to be able to have dome homes built for them. They don't have to do the building. If they know how to, well, and they want to make that one of their jobs to make some extra income, well, then they can take training courses and learn how to do that, and get really good at it, and get artistic at it, But I'm telling you, these dome homes, and the fact that you can learn how to do it, especially if you're semi-physically fit and somewhat younger. See, I might be a little too old myself now to learn how to do it in time to be able to build a house for myself. But if I was in my 30s, or maybe even my early 40s, that's something I'd absolutely want to do. And it might take a year or 2 or 3 to build the house and get it completed. But the dome homes, they're so affordable because you're building it yourself, and you build the blocks, and you let them dry, and then you assemble the blocks, and then you paint the house, and it's super strong and super durable and super energy efficient, and just the shape of the house creates the grooviest vibe, and in an environmental sense, it makes the house very easy to keep the temperature inside the house comfortable without having to add external heat or cooling to it. It's automatically keeps temperatures very comfortable no matter what time of year it is. But then if you need to cool the house down a little more or heat it up a little more, you use a mini split air conditioner per unit, and bam, quickly the whole unit is because it's just so scientifically, those domes are scientifically designed by accident, by nature, the power of Mother Nature, the true God. Mother Nature is the true God. The universe is the true God. We are the molecules that make up God. Each and every one of us has zillions of molecules inside of us, and those molecules have tiny quarks and other smaller things within them, from atoms to quarks. But I'm telling you, each one of us, with the trillions of molecules inside of us, we're just all molecules that make up God. Each one of us. This can and the paint on it and the drink inside it, these are all molecules of God, energy of God that just gets shuffled around and moved around, and sometimes healed and sometimes hurt. And that's why when we do amazing things for the planet and for the universe, we're actually healing God and making God feel good. But when we do things to hurt the universe and hurt Mother Nature, that's why we're getting more earthquakes these days. God is getting vengeance on us. We're upsetting Mother Nature. We're upsetting the balance of the universe. We're fucking with the molecules by thinking that we are gods ourselves, and we're not. The universe is God. We are the molecules. That's all I got to say. I'm wrapping this episode up. This series of 3 episodes, which will be broken up into a series of 3 episodes. And I'm going to wrap this one up with my usual sign-off of peace, love, happiness, and happiness. Stay high, stay cool, stay kind, stay woke. Black Lives Matter, baby, ain't no joke. Become an anti-racist. That's part of my mantra. My marijuana-themed marijuana is a medicine. Marijuana is a magical medicine. Weed is the word. The word is good. Weed is good. Spread the word. Spread the love. Spread the peace. Spread the harmony. Spread the power of positivity. Understand that Black lives matter, that all lives matter. Your life matters. My life matters. You matter. I matter. It doesn't matter if you're straight or gay or bi or trans or queer or confused or asexual or non-sexual. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not involving children, that's where the line is drawn for sure. And I don't get people that want to hurt other people either. Even if the other person enjoys it, and little slight spanking or maybe little nipple clamps or like those kind of like pains here and there might be exciting and might create like just more intense orgasms in the long run, but I still don't get it. To me, pleasure is beautiful, and I don't need the contrast of pain to remember and to know that pleasure and feeling good is amazing. And I want to feel as good as possible, as often as possible. And at the same time, I want to be able to make the woman in my life feel as good as she's never felt before, and try to do it on a regular basis. Not only today, not only tomorrow, but for the rest of our lives. And that's the kind of life that I've always kind of used to live. And that's why, even though I'm a kind of an ugly dude, I always had beautiful girlfriends, beautiful, exciting, happy women. And it made me even happier. And it made me even more excited to be alive and to feel alive. And I felt alive my whole life. But then, about 15 years ago, my life started getting smashed and broken down, and piece by piece, and more things taken away, and I became broken. And I the last 10 years, it's like suicide has popped into my mind the last 7 years on a semi-regular basis, and that's never happened in my life before. I've become so broken and so sad and so lonely, and so much physical pain, so much emotional pain, so much mental pain, that it even became hard for me to enjoy Jimmy Kimmel Live, the show that's always made me happier than almost any other show ever. And it's like I'm watching it, and it's like, I know something funny just got said, but it's like I'm not laughing. And then I realize, why? Because I'm so broken and I'm so sad that I can't even enjoy, South Park anymore, or Jimmy Kimmel Live, or The Simpsons, or Bob's Burgers, or The Orville, or Family Guy, or American Dad, or, The Big Bang Theory. What a great show, man. That's one of my favorites for sure. And I love Breaking Bad, except, Breaking Bad, you have to be in a good frame of mind to appreciate that show, because a lot of bad shit happens in that show. And if you're in a bad frame of mind, I think it can bum you out. I like more positive shit, man. Give me Jammin' by Bob Marley, and give me All You Need Is Love by the Beatles, and give me a hug, and give me a magical medicine that I would never call a drug. Give me some Mary Jane, baby, and make it rain down in my brain on a happy, regular basis, and may that happen for you as well, my friends. Peace headed your way. Again, There's lots of love, happiness, and happiness. I'm saying stay high, stay cool, stay kind, stay woke, stay high, and stay hydrated. And Black Lives Matter, baby. It ain't no joke. It's time to become an anti-racist and treat all people equally. I'll keep saying that over and over. It's like someday I know that we'll all finally understand. Even the motherfucking racists that are currently walking around on this planet, in this country, will eventually realize how stupid they've been, how foolish they've been. That we are all equal, and there's no reason to fear it. There's no reason to, don't think just because your grandparents or your parents or your friends have been saying, oh, we're Caucasian, of course we're better. It's always been that way. It's proven that we have bigger brains or we're more intelligent. Well, you know what? There's some times in history where white people were able to say that only because they had way more advantages presented to them, way more opportunities, and that allowed them to become more educated and to appear smarter. But that has nothing to do with intelligence, and that's part of systemic racism, and that's why we got to wipe that shit out, man, and hopefully get this country politically fixed. I want to become the next president of the United States of America, baby. I want to make this country groovy again. I hope you're ready to join me, Greenweaver, on Alive Again 420. And don't forget, read my story, Decade of Destruction, in the Ugly Dimension of AliveAgain420.com. Click on the pot cave on AliveAgain420.com. Enter the pot cave and then find the doorway, not to the good or bad dimension, but to the ugly dimension. Open that doorway up. Enter. Find my story, Decade of Destruction. 12 years of demise, 15 years of misery is the full title. It's a true story. It's my true recounting of what's happened to me over the last 15 years, but especially like about a 1 decade period, about 10 years of it was super bad, enough to destroy my life. Well, you know what? I'm finally going to win my life back here at 9:01. Look at that. It's just turned 9 o'clock in the evening, and I've been making videos, for the past couple hours, and I'm going to be ready to try to start uploading some of those, because I got a lot of stuff to upload, a lot of information to share, and I want my channel to become a channel that you care about. And if you have any tips or ideas for me, please leave so in the comments. Your tips, what you like about me, what you don't like about me. And if you have any ideas or tips for how to help me fix my story, my crazy story, Decade of Destruction, and I want to find an attorney, a lawyer, and I'm hoping they're willing just to settle out of court and do so quickly and just let me have my home back and let me have my brother back, and then let my kidneys be operated on, let my knee be operated on, and have my teeth fixed up from just the destruction that's occurred to them as a result of my life being so destroyed for 15 years, where I just stopped taking care of myself, and my teeth are so, they're not as white as they used to be. I mean, they're okay still, but I want them to look as good as possible, and I'd like to be able to get a haircut and a beard trim, but I'm not able to do any of that. I'd like to buy some nice clothes, but I can't do that because you guys stole my life. You stole my brother's life. You stole my fiance's life, and none of us did anything wrong to hurt any of you guys. So you went out of your way, out of your ineptness or out of your just ignorance or out of your just neglectfulness. You just went out of your way to destroy 3 people's lives and the friends and family of some of the, other people that we know and have not had a chance to spend time with. So, it's like when you hurt someone, just keep in mind that you could be hurting other people as well. And that's why I believe that you should wear masks and wash your hands regularly and stay socially distanced. And just do whatever you can to avoid making contact with anyone until we get this figured out, and until there's a legitimate virus killer, a vaccine available that's safe and that works, and we can just get rid of this before it mutates more and more and turns into a super nightmare. That's it for now. Green Beaver will see you next time right here on Alive Again 420. I love you, my friends. See you next time.